Live. Sorry about the lines this week, folks. It's not cooperating this week. Hello, Patriots. Welcome to the United States Constitutional Group, live on Facebook and YouTube every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. At 4 p.m., you can hit us up at the Hawk Podcast. That's on Spreaker. You can listen for your ride home. Please join me as we build our grassroots coalition to stop this two-party monopoly called political parties. These parties have done all they can do at this time in history. They can no longer move this country forward. We all know it's true, but yet we don't do anything about it. Well, it's time we start. Because right now we need leaders who believe in justice, not the ones who love money and power. Leaders who care about humanity and want to see all citizens succeed, regardless of skin color, not politicians who always seek attention. We'll get to reparations a little bit later. They care about one part of humanity, but not the other part. We need leaders who care about America. We're lacking that today, folks. You know it. We all know it. And I know you're fed up. I am too. Join me today and let's take this country to new heights where we are again the leaders of this free world. Text me, call me, 843-315-5273. Or email me, dennis.gravel@yahoo.com. That's dennis.gravelle. Now I'm sure many of you are thinking, who is this guy? And why did he start this group? We'll get to the basics here. Again, my name is Dennis Gravel. I was born and raised in upstate New York. And about 7 years ago, I moved here to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I retired as a correction officer after 22 years and worked part-time and full-time as a police officer after that. I did a total of 14 years in the military, 4 years in the Air Force working security police, another 10 years in the Army National Guard as a photojournalist. Yes, writing stories and taking photos of soldiers doing their jobs. Did that for a year in Iraq. I loved every minute of it. I now work in the security industry and love this job. So why am I telling you this, and what does it mean? Well, it don't mean a lot. This means I'm an average male working to get by every day, just like all of you. I am no different from you, and you're no different from me. We are all average men and women of America trying to survive the terrible decisions our politicians make. The United States Constitutional Group was started by two of us, Jack Young and myself. Jack has taken some time off for personal reasons. He'll be back someday, he told me. The reason I do this show is simple. As average citizens, we have nowhere to speak our minds or vent about what's happening in America, what's going on in the world. This show was created for we, the people, where we can vent, come up with ideas on how we can unite and build an amazing coalition of like-minded people to win back America through the voting booth. Join me today and let's get started. So let's start off with some history of the United States Constitution. Now remember, this is the original version without amendments. Article 1, Section 7 states, all bills for raising revenue shall originate in the House of Representatives, but the Senate may propose or concur with amendments as on other bills. Every bill which should have passed the House of Representatives and the Senate shall, before it become a law, be presented to the President of the United States. If he approve, he shall sign it. If he not, he shall return it with his objections to the House, in which it shall have originated, who shall enter the objections at large on their journal and proceed to reconsider it. If after such reconsideration, 2/3 of the House shall agree to pass the bill, it shall be sent, together with the objections, to the other House, by which it shall likewise be reconsidered. And if approved by 2/3 of that House, it shall become law. But in all such cases, the vetoes of both houses shall be determined by yeas and nays. And the names of the persons voting for and against the bill shall be entered on the journal of each house respectively. If any bill shall not be returned by the president within 10 days, Sundays accepted, after shall be presented to him, the same shall be a law, in like manner as if he has signed it. Unless the Congress, by Article 7 of the Constitution, creates certain rules to govern how Congress makes laws. Its first clause, known as the Origination Clause, requires all bills for revenue to originate in the House of Representatives. Article 1, Section 7 of the United States Constitution dictates how laws are made. For the most part, Article 1 allows Congress to make its own rules on how to conduct a business. Section 7 explains the process for creating a law. It includes the necessary steps a bill must go through within both houses of the representatives, including the Senate, and the role of the president in its final passage. But does the bill have to go to the House or Senate first? Well, after a measure passes the House, it goes to the Senate for consideration. This includes consideration by a Senate committee or subcommittee, similar to the path of a bill in the House. A bill must pass both bodies in the same form before it can be presented to the President for signature into law. That's Article 1, Section 7. You can find these answers on Google. So do yourself a favor and research it. Find out the answers you need to make a great decision on who you want to vote for. Do they support the Constitution? Or they want to change it to their beliefs? In my opinion, it does not have to be changed. It has to be reread by every American citizen in our country. We need to be knowledgeable in order to stay one step ahead of these political parties, these tyrants. 843-315-5273. Call or text. This is the place where your voice matters. Fall season started yesterday. Days will get shorter, and we'll wonder what happened to summer. Why does it go by so fast? And before we know it, November 5th will be here. It's about 42 days when we head into that voting booth to make a choice not only for the president, but congressional races and 1/3 of the Senate. But how can we make a choice if we do not educate ourselves on all candidates? Please don't be a follower. Be a leader. Make the right choice for you and your family and for future generations. Do not listen to these new media outlets and their commentators. Remember, they're just an extension of the gaslighting and corruption of this government. Don't listen to family and friends telling you who to vote for. Do your own research. Knowledge is power. If we just do what we need to do to look up the information. I thought I'd take a time to show you why I feel we need a new direction in politics. A recent comment made by Kamala Harris during an interview with Al Sharpton. He asked her if she would sign a reparations bill if she were president. And her comment was, when I am elected president, I would sign that bill. I don't know how you feel about this crazy. I think it's crazy for a few reasons. First is, why do descendants get my taxpayer money? These free handouts have to stop. They must stop. We're $34 trillion in debt. Hello? Hello?
Hello, I think I have the phone number.
What's up, Mike? What's up, Mike? Let me call Mike back. Hold on, folks. Mike's always got a good comment. Hold on, it's ringing. Mike.
Hello?
Mike, it's Dennis. How are you?
Oh, okay, I rewound it because I thought I got the wrong number. Are you done already?
No, I'm still doing it right now.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to know, did you hear what the Pope said?
No, what did the Pope say?
All religions lead to heaven.
All religions lead to heaven. I believe that.
So they're getting ready for the one world religion to go along with the one world order.
Where do you find this information, Mike? This is good stuff, man.
I read a lot of Christian papers and I read a lot of Christian papers and they even have answers in Genesis, like a newscast.
Okay.
And I listen to them.
So we're talking about reparations. What are your feelings on reparations?
I missed because I was trying to find the phone number. What was it again?
We're going to talk about reparations. Why should descendants of slaves be paid money? What are your feelings on that?
I don't think there is any slaves left.
I don't think there is either. So why should descendants?
There happened already. I mean, you know, they always say that the Japanese people, they were paid, but they were actually alive when they got paid.
Yeah, but the people who were in the camps got paid, not their descendants, though. Same thing with.
Right. No, just the people that that it happened to got paid.
Right, and that's all should get paid.
It didn't happen to them.
Right, you're absolutely right.
I mean, if you would say 200 years ago or so, yes, absolutely.
Right.
But not now.
Do you think it'll divide America more?
What was that again?
You think it'll divide America more?
The what? I can't really make it out.
Do you think it'll divide America? It won't unify America. It'll divide, right?
I'm not. I'll tell you the truth, Dennis. I think it's divided already.
Right. Yeah, it is. Yeah, these politicians have done that to us.
Between, you know, they're just adding, logs to the fire.
Right.
I think somebody wants to actually be a civil war.
I think there's a lot of people out there that want civil war. But
Dennis, it's like what I told you before. In order to make a one world order, you have to get America either even with everyone or weaker than everyone.
I think we're going weaker than everyone.
That's exactly right. And that's the only way they can push this through.
Right. So we gotta stand firm and unite.
Yes, we do.
That's the only way we can win.
Yeah. You know, you got the lines back, right?
Yeah, I said that in the beginning.
Okay. And last week it was echoing. It's not echoing this week though.
Oh, that's good. I was concerned about that. So
Oh, you heard it.
I heard it all. Anything else you want to say, Mike?
No, that was it. I just thought that was very interesting when I heard about what the Pope said. This
That is.
like no other Pope. You know.
Oh yeah, we know that.
I let you know.
I appreciate the comment.
All right.
All right, Michael. Talk to you soon.
Have a good podcast.
Thank you, sir. Bye. Like I said, these free handouts must stop. We're $34 trillion in debt. I mean, why do descendants of white Americans not get money for helping change this nation and helping free black Americans? They have earned it too. White Americans lost their life just like black Americans. You know, we haven't had slavery in this country in more than 150 years. Except the slavery we have today is the politicians taking taxes away from every single person who works in this country. That's slavery. We are slaves to this government, every one of us. Once we realize, we wake up, then we'll all fight for a common goal to lower our taxes in this country, get rid of the tyrants. It's all on you, folks. It's all on me. If you want to be a slave of the government, keep doing nothing. The role of this government is to care for all United States citizens, not just one group, not white Americans, not black Americans, not males, not females. It's for all American citizens. So if you feel there should be reparations, email me, call me, text me, let me know your feelings on it. We'll talk about it next week too. So I found this info in an article. It's named Reparations Stoke Racial Resentment, and Kamala has backed it to the hilt. Published in September 17, 2024 by Betsy McConney. So all these administrations say they're going to heal America. We're going to bring everybody together. Not one of them. Not one administration has brought this country together. They divide us more and more each year. She states, instead of healing racial tensions, it threatens to raise false expectations of big payouts and provoke resentment. Reparations for actual victims is a proper way to compensate historic wrongs. President Reagan established $20,000 payments for Japanese Americans who were incarcerated by our government during World War II, but only those imprisoned, not their descendants. Similarly, the German government still pays reparations to Holocaust survivors, but not their descendants. In contrast, U.S. race reparations discussions always envision forcing people who had no part in slavery to hand over money to people who are not themselves enslaved. As the New York City Councilman David Carr, a Republican, who voted against the reparations task force, explained, no one currently living in our city had anything to do with the evils of slavery, and that's what they were, evils. And the vast majority of New York are descendants of immigrants who came after it was abolished. Reparations is divisive and likely to cause real anger among those forced to pay. In America, we don't punish people for the crimes of their ancestors. We don't punish the descendants. You know, Pew Research found that 80% of white Americans are opposed to the concept, while 77% of black Americans support it. It's a free handout, people. I'll move before I pay, said Councilman Majority Leader Joseph Borelli, Republican, Staten Island. Race reparations also violate the U.S. Constitution's 14th Amendment, which guarantees equal treatment of all citizens, regardless of race. I keep telling everyone, these tyrants violate the Constitution every day. So this article is a reminder of that and why we need better leaders. Judicial Watch, a constitutional advocacy group, is suing on behalf of 6 non-black Evanston residents, Evanston, Texas. Tom Fitton, the group's president, calls the race-based payments nothing more than a ploy to redistribute tax dollars to individuals based on race. Listen, folks. Do we have racial injustice in America? Hell yes. Do we have inequality and racism? Hell yeah. Reparations will not fix the problem. It's giving away tax money of hard-earned incomes to people who believe they should get something for nothing. Go to work, get a job like all of us. Reparations will only spread more hate, more tension, and the potential for civil unrest, which I believe what we're going to soon, folks. We'll soon see after this election what happens. Will there be another civil war? We must start the conversation about how to unite Americans so we all have the same opportunity in this great country. A politician's job is to unite this country. I haven't seen one politician in either Democrat or the Republican Party attempt to achieve that. It's all about party and division. And most of us out there, most of you out there, are falling for the bullshit. When you get tired of it, join me. And we can start our unification of America. When we come together and throw these tyrants out of office because they're no good. If you're not tired of this hate and division, where we are all trapped by politicians, I pray one day you wake up and smell the coffee. Please join the United States Constitutional Group. Please share it. Subscribe up to our YouTube. Same name, United States Constitutional Group. Like and share that too. Get it out to your family and friends. Have a great week. The Hawk comes on at 4 o'clock. Listen on your ride home. I will see you next Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great one, folks. Bye.